Do you know that, boss? Did you know that people are making six digits in revenue every single year? I'm talking about six digits free and clear every single year doing rush deliveries. It's just kind of crazy, but yeah, I mean, So in today's conversation, I want to speak to you about how to open a profitable rush delivery service. By the way, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Is that we're going to have a wonderful conversation today. And so, if you want to open a profitable rush delivery service, here are the steps I want you to follow right now. So, number one, you need to understand what are we talking about when we talk about rush delivery. What is really rush delivery? So, rush deliveries actually are like it just means that you are basically offering same day delivery. So the customer calls you, maybe in the morning by 9 a.m. and they want you to deliver something across town, maybe downtown, or deliver something like, and this has to be delivered the same day. It's really important when we talk about rush delivery. Punctuality is really important, and timeliness is important. So there are two things: punctuality and timeliness. It means what? If the customer wants you to show up at 9 a.m., you want to show your ass at 8:45. You want to be there 15 minutes or 10 minutes before, so that you can actually you can pick up the load and actual delivery. And that's number one, punctuality. Number two, we're talking about timeliness. If the customer wants you to deliver the assets at 3 p.m. across town, you have to deliver the stuff by 3 p.m. Okay. And when we talk about rush delivery, a lot of companies use rush delivery. So rush delivery is available to any individual or industry that requires a parcel or package delivered as quickly as possible. So the person or business requiring a rush delivery often uses it to transport high value items, private medical files, sensitive legal documents, or extremely time sensitive items. Okay. Some of the industries that actually use a rush delivery, we're talking about legal practices. So you have law firms, you have health, you have courts also offer, they also use the rush deliveries. Okay. You have healthcare or medical facilities, you have automotive shops, you have education systems, manufacturing plants, individuals, and more. Okay. So this is really important. By the way, boss, it's really important to understand that if you want to succeed as a rush delivery service, you have to remember, go back to what I said: punctuality and timeliness are very, very important. Okay. Number two, you need to scope the market. So number one, you need to understand rush delivery, the business itself, in and out, punctuality and timeliness. Number two, you need to scope the market. So the market for rush delivery is huge, really huge, boss. Approximately $15 billion every year, according to the United States Labor Department Bureau of Labor Statistics. So BLS came out last year and said that rush delivery is gaining traction over and over and over. And you have to understand, when we talk about the market being huge, I'm not talking about just one industry. I'm talking about a constellation of industries, okay? And I'm not talking about only one geography. I'm talking about all states, all 50 states are actually, you can make money. I don't care where you're currently at. I don't care if you are in the big cities or a small town. It doesn't really matter. What matters here is for you to position yourself properly, to know exactly the type of niche you want to get into. This is really important, boss. Okay. So this is the kind of conversation I want you to have now. You need to understand that everything can be shipped via rush delivery. Everything can be shipped via rush delivery. It's not just about, a court order, like a law, like a legal documents or medical thing. No. You can actually ship a lot of things. Now, before I go further, I just want to quickly remind you of today's topic. What are we talking about? We're talking about how to open a very successful rush delivery service. So when we talk about, let me just cut out now. I want to go a little deep. I want to dig a little deeper here. I want to go granular and explain to you things that can be shipped via rush delivery, so you know the opportunities is there to make bank, boss, to make bank. So with the rush delivery, you have medical equipment. So medical equipment, you have medical machinery, you have organ transplants, you have lab specimens and samples, you have medical documents. When it comes to legal, you have court staging of records, you have document retrieval from archives, you have filing with the clerk of courts. You have contracts. For manufacturing, you have paperwork, parts, products, pallets. For trade work, you have HVAC, HVAC, you have plumbing, you have electrical, you have automotive. For airports, you have luggage, aircraft parts, you have paperwork. For individuals, you have everything from medication to documents and paperwork, gifts and packages, parcels and letters. So the market is huge. The third thing I want you to do right now, Lord, boss, if you are listening to me, I want you to set up business. So if you want to open a rush delivery service that makes money like crazy, you need to set up your business properly. I'm talking about the legal structure. The legal structure of your business. You have to choose whether you want to be an LLC, an LP, an S corporation, or a C corporation. Okay, this is really important. And now the thing is, when we talk about setting up business, those things happen at the state level. So you have to, depending on the state where you're currently at, you have to inquire with the authorities and see what the requirements are to set up an LLC in your state. Okay. Also, you have to think about EIN. So you need to get your EIN, your employer identification number. You have to think about your business bank account. Also, this is an important element. You also have to think about your business plan also. Okay. So this is an important element also. And when I'm talking about business plan, I'm not asking you to write like 50 pages or 100 pages of documents. No. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm just asking you to actually have a system in place where you can constantly actually you can just summarize your business, how you intend to make money, how you intend to monetize your rush delivery service. Okay, this is really important. And one thing I want to say here is that sometimes people don't explain to you the importance of having a business plan. See, a business plan is not just for you to actually attract investors to your rush delivery. No, it's about like, let's say you wanted to get a loan. If you want to get a loan, letter one, let's say you want to get a loan to buy a van or to actually buy some kind of a piece of equipment. If you have a business plan, this will help you a lot in terms of accelerating the business funding process. Okay, so this is really important. And one thing also we need to, so this is actually the basics you need to have. Obviously, you need to do research about the industry. You want to do research about the industry, because when we speak about rush delivery, you do have a constellation of niches, right? I mean, do you want to haul medical parts? Medical items, you want to haul legal items. I spoke to you about, when we speak about rush delivery, you do have several industries. Do you want to haul B2B? Do you want to haul for businesses, or do you want to haul for individuals, for private citizens? So you have to really define that. Okay, what niche you want to go after? Really important. Do you want to be an independent contractor, or are you managing a team of couriers? Okay, and what is your niche is going to be? How are you going to deliver? What kind of cars? Okay, who your clients are? Do you want to deal with restaurants, breweries, grocery stores, pharmacies, florists, law firms, and what have you? So it's really important to figure out your niche and position yourself from the get-go. Don't try to corner the market at once. You want to choose one or two niches and then grow from there. Number 4, you need to know the process. See, when we talk about rush delivery, you need to understand how rush delivery is completed. Because if you have no idea about the process, you're not going to be a successful rush delivery service. Okay, so depending on the type of delivery, your rush delivery will determine some of the subsidiary steps to how your delivery will be completed, such as that maybe the clients will have for you special instructions. The clients will be talking about vehicle accommodation. The clients can talk about loading times, etc. So one thing, what we have seen in our industry, in our research, is that all rush deliveries follow this baseline procedures. When it comes to if you have a courier service, you have to incorporate that in your processes. So usually, the clients will request a quote online or on the phone, right? So the clients will give you detailed instructions, will provide the size and weight of the parcel, will include the pickup and delivery addresses. So what will happen here is, at that point, you'll need to proceed with the order. So you need to confirm with the clients their details. They need to provide a payment information, and you will need to receive confirmation that, okay, everything is fine. And then you will have to send a confirmation to the clients that you have accepted the order, and you have to also provide a receipt. Boss, I just want to quickly remind you of today's conversation. The topic, we are talking about how to open a rush delivery service. So So after you actually send a confirmation email and receipt to the customer, you will have to plan the pickup, right? So here you have to indicate the arrival at pickup. You have to require a pickup signature. And what you want to do here is, you as a courier, you will secure the parcel in your vehicle following procedures. And then during transit, you need to provide GPS tracking updates. You have to provide a detailed chain of custody. A COD is really important. And you need to also provide to the customer, to the shipper, the quickest route that you are utilizing. Okay. And what about delivery? Now, you have to constantly think about providing delivery driver safety. You have to secure yourself. You have to have the safest policies in place, because it's all about security, remember? And it's all about you being secure, but also you safely delivering the parcel. And you need to have confirmation signature. You need to have photo and delivery if required. And you have to send an email confirmation. Okay, so those are things you need to think about if you want to set up a very successful and effective delivery, like rush delivery service. If you want to make money as a delivery driver, having a rush delivery service, you need to add value. And when I'm talking about adding value, I'm talking about you adding value constantly. You got to constantly add value, okay? And it's really important to understand that clients know that there are a lot of benefits to using rush delivery. But it's up to you to actually explain that. It's up to you to actually say, hey, listen, we're actually adding value to you. And you know, if you can do a good job at explaining the value you are adding, chances are you're going to make a lot of bank in this industry like crazy. Okay. For example, you want to talk to the shipper about the fact that you are offering a local delivery job, like you are local. So if you are downtown Atlanta, if you're downtown ATL, and somebody in downtown ATL wants to hire you as a rush delivery service, and if you happen to be if you happen to be operating in ATL, say that, yeah, listen, you know, we're local. We don't have to drive from a neighboring city or whatever. No, we are local, so we can be there in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If you remember, I said at the beginning of the show that when we talk about rush delivery, there are two things that are really important. We're talking about timeliness, and we're speaking about punctuality. Those are really essential ingredients, okay? And so if you have bonded drivers, you want to say it too. You want to mention that you actually offer faster delivery. Obviously, when we talk about rush delivery, faster delivery is key. So basically, if another driver wants to haul the same loads for 30 minutes, or let's say not 30 minutes, 3 hours, you can say, listen, I can deliver this within 2 hours. You know, and that's my guarantee. Or I can deliver this in 1.5 hours. And also talk about the fact that you have a process in place where you have a protocol trained and certified services. You are cost efficient. Maybe you're offering, you know, your rush delivery at a very affordable prices. You have less liability. You are offering less liability to the clients. You have reduced risk of lost or damaged parcels. You are discreet. I mean, discretion is really important in certain industries. For example, law firms, or when you are actually rush delivering medical items. Okay, you have increased productivity. You have improved. You have a better customer satisfaction ranking. So all of those things can help you. The next thing I want you to do here is to automate. So the thing is, if you are trying to open and scale a rush delivery service, you need to think about automation at some point, because, you know, the thing is, rush delivery is a very competitive field. Okay, a lot of players are trying to get into the field, and the field is constantly increasing, constantly expanding. And this is kind of cool. Don't get me wrong, this is really cool. But the thing is that it brings in a whole new set of players. Okay, and it's really important to understand that you have the ability to actually compete better if you can automate your processes. This is really important. You have the ability to automate your situation, to get into that zone where you're asking yourself, you know, can I do better? What can I do better? And when we talk about automation, we're speaking about several things. Okay, we're talking about route optimization. You need to have the right tools. And again, I'm not asking you to spend money on anything. You have free apps nowadays that can actually help you optimize your routes. Okay, remember that when we talk about route optimization, we're talking about you spending a significant amount of time each day planning your routes. Okay, so you are sure that you are getting the best routes faster. And when we talk about rush delivery, you understand that having the shortest route, the shortest and fastest route is really important, right? Rush delivery, it has to be fast, it has to be short. You don't want to waste time trying to really waste your time being stuck in traffic and whatnot. And you already promised the client to deliver their packages by 3 p.m. and it's already 2:45 and you're still stuck in traffic trying to sip your soda, and nothing is moving. That's because you have not optimized your routes, boss. So route optimization, we have route monitoring, like driver tracking, order tracking, proof of delivery, POD. Those are important elements, okay? Those are important elements that will help you down the road. Again, we're talking about down the road actually offering the best of the best when it comes to rush delivery services. This is what's going to help your rush delivery service stand out in the market, so you can win more deals, more contracts. A lot more industries will call you, and it wouldn't matter whether they're in the healthcare industry or the law, the legal industry or whatever. The last thing I want you to do here, if you want to open and scale a rush delivery service, is to actually promote it. The thing is, when we talk about promotion, we're speaking about several layers here. When you hear the word promotion, you're thinking, well, I need to advertise. You don't need to advertise anything. I'm not asking you to spend any money on advertising, either advertising online or advertising offline. You don't have to do this, but you're going to have to do some work in terms of your website. If you have a website, which I strongly advise you to do, and our team actually has done research into this for the last 20 years, and a website will really help you. There are several benefits that you have with the website. For example, you actually can do a lot in terms of SEO. So basically, again, I'm not asking you to have a complicated website. You can have a 3 or 4 page website, something very simple, quick and nice that really just represents your business, that talks about what you provide in terms of services and products. Okay, but you have a way to actually you can do SEO. So search engine optimization, so you can get organic traffic. So when people actually tap in rush delivery, for example, rush delivery in Raleigh, North Carolina, your business will actually show up in search results. But to do this, you need to set up your business in something called Google My Business. So you need to set up that. It's free. It's very easy. It takes about 3 to 4 minutes, 5 minutes maximum. But you need to set that up as Google My Business. Provide all your contact information, so when people search for rush delivery in your area, they'll actually see your name will pop up. Okay, and so there are a lot of ways to promote your business. You have social media marketing, you have email marketing, you have networking, you have Google AdWords. If you have some money you want to spend on advertising, you can make money. You can actually promote your rush delivery through referrals. You have courier exchange services. You can join local business groups. You can leverage influencers. You can print brochures and flyers. So you do have a constellation of things you can do to actually boost your rush delivery service. It's totally up to you. It's totally it depends on the resources you have. It depends on the competitors you have to deal with in your area. Okay, those are important elements also, because you're not the only one. So you have to understand, if you are going to compete, you better have all the tools and resources that will help you actually compete properly. So this is really important. And one thing I also want to say here is that you need to understand, you're not actually when we talk about rush delivery, you're not the only one. You're not the only service. This is a very competitive and crowded area, especially if you're in a big city. So you have to have the tools and resources to compete properly and win. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I spoke to you real quick about how to open a rush delivery service. So we talk about you have to understand. You need to scope the market. You need to set up your business. You need to know the process. You need to add value. You need to automate. You need to promote. Thank you. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.